Don't let your work environment dictate your happiness. So if you're working in a high stress or high conflict job, or if you are a people pleaser or suffering from anxiety or depression, get some help. The purpose of this presentation is to highlight some problems and resolutions in your workplace. It is important to be able to identify specific triggers in your own life that often set you off or get you angry. It is equally important for you to seek out help from your pastor, manager, supervisor, or mother. We as co-workers, supervisors, and managers must be able to identify signs and symptoms of manic or depressed behavior. According to USB Brentelex, the signs and symptoms of manic and depression consist of increased energy, severe trouble sleeping, racing thoughts, reckless behavior, excessive happiness or irritability, talking more or faster than usual. CNN reports attorney Finis Price III, a successful Kentucky lawyer, a popular professor, and a sought-after technology consultant, ended his life abruptly when he jumped to his death in 2012. Hello, my name is Haminah Qaiyim, and today we will discuss why it is important to have a free, hostile environment and the tragedy that can occur when you allow your work environment to dictate your happiness. The book 10 Commandments of Working in a Hostile Environment by T.D. Jakes give us great insight on problems and solutions. The objective of this presentation is to help you to identify and resolve bad behavior in your environment. After practicing the exercise from the book by T.D. Jakes, I have experienced new levels of peace, joy, and happiness in my workplace. I share this information because I also have been exposed to a hostile environment. And because I have learned how to remove myself from bad company, I am at peace. Unfortunately for Mr. Tony DeFrance, he was not familiar with anger management skills, or his co-workers was not able to identify the signs of a suicidal or manic or psychotic behavior. According to Chicago Tribune, reported less than a week after Mr. Tony DeFrance learned that he was being demoted as a part of downsizing of his company. He walked into his boss's office Thursday morning for a one-on-one, apparently upset about his demotion. He was armed with a gun. He confronted the CEO, Stephen Lavoie, and shot him twice, one in the head and one in the stomach, and then turned the gun on himself and killed himself. In a case like Mr. DeFrance's, I believe debriefing would have helped him. According to TBS, psychological researchers state, in most cases, the purpose of debriefing is to reduce any possibility of psychological harm by informing people about their experience or allowing them to talk about it. This is a perfect example of how people allow their work environment to dictate their happiness. As a nurse, I have encountered many diseases, viruses that was detrimental to my health. I have also experienced toxic behavior in my work environment, such as negative attitudes, insidious gossip, When you work in an environment that is contaminated, it will cause you to lose focus on your true purpose. Like Mr. Patrick H. Sherrill, a postal worker. Mr. Sherrill, he was a disgruntled postal worker, a loner. He was unable to hold a job long. He blamed his management for his problems. Frustrated at being formally disciplined by his postal supervisor, Mr. Sherrill made 2 verbal threats to seek revenge, which should have been reported. After receiving a suspension with no pay on August the 19th, he reported to work on August the 20th with 3 semi-automatic pistols and ammunition. He entered the facility, shot his supervisor to death, killing 14 people and wounding 6, and then he killed himself. So I asked the question, could this tragedy been prevented? If this company had offered anger management class or some form of inspirational class? Could this been stopped if his coworker was able to identify the signs of manic or depressed or psychotic behavior? In order to prevent the absorption of your work environment, you must identify the particular elements in your environment from which you need protection, which are complainers, gripers, backstabbers, backbiters, harassers. What action will you take when toxic people come in your area? Quickly run and take cover. Find something positive to do. Read a book. Go to the restroom. Check your messages on your cell phone. Now that we understand the problem, let's find a solution. We must inoculate ourselves from the germs of hostility in our work environment. We must maintain being positive, spend less time feeding the negative and more time nourishing the positive behavior. We must make sure you recharge and rejuvenate yourself with hobbies, personal endeavors such as reading, drawing, playing softball. So in conclusion today, we have looked at all and some of the problems, causes, and solutions surrounding the hostile environment. See, you still have a chance not to turn out like McCarthy or DeFrancis or Sherrill. Embrace the opportunity to change your attitude. Don't let the environment get inside of you. Don't let your job change who you are. Increase your capacity to work with difficult personalities. And remember, attitude determines altitude. So please, if you are stressed, angry, or depressed, please get help. Thank you.